Hello, my name is Stephanie Kane. Welcome to another 30-minute flow. Coming down to your mat in that child's pose. Disconnecting from everything else and connecting with your body and that breath. And it is the practice of once your forehead comes down to that mat, nothing else matters. Taking in that deep inhale and then sigh that breath out loud your mouth. And just taking in another deep inhale. And then sighing that breath out loud your mouth, letting go. Locking down your throat, finding that ujjayi breath. That deep inhale through your nose. And then exhale through your nose. Finding that rhythm and pattern of your breath. Locking down the rest of your bandhas, that pelvic floor, drawing your floating rib cage upwards. And just taking 2 more breaths here in your child's pose. Inhale and exhale. One last deep inhale and exhale. On your next inhale, igniting through those palms, walking them back towards your torso, curling up over those toes, drawing your knees together, and bringing that seat to your feet, and just stretching out the bottom of your feet. And if you've taken my class, we won't stay here long, you know. Bringing those fingertips down to your mat, inhaling, rising up. And then exhale your palms into your heart center, just taking a moment to set your intention for your practice. Whatever brings you to your mat, you keep that in your mind. Just honor your body by listening to it. Taking your palms to your forehead to seal in your practice. And then back down to your heart center. On that next inhale, blinking those eyes open, coming into that tabletop, going into those cow cats. Inhaling into your cow, rounding out that stomach, taking that gaze up to the sky. And then exhale into your cats, taking your spine the opposite direction. Inhaling into your cow. And exhaling into that cat. 2 more cow cats. It's your breath to movement. And just simply come into that tabletop when you're done. On your next inhale, we're going to slowly curl up over those toes, coming into your downward dog, pushing that mat away from you, trying to melt your heels to the mat. And just taking one last deep inhale here, and exhale. If your heels are reaching that mat, maybe on that next inhale, we try to lift up those toes and push further back into that downward dog, and just taking one last deep inhale here, and exhale. On that next inhale, walking those palms back towards your feet, coming into that ragdoll. Hinging from your waist, opposite palms to your elbows, swaying from side to side. And just taking a couple of more breaths here. Inhale. And exhale. One last deep inhale. And exhale. Bring that ragdoll to a still, releasing those palms back into your mat, walking back out to that downward dog, and fully push back into your downward dog. On your next inhale, let's take that right foot up to the top of your mat, dropping down that left knee, untucking those toes, rising up, reaching to those fingertips. And then exhale, we come into a cactus, having a slight bend in your back. When you do what feels good to your body, inhale, rise. And then exhale back into that cactus. One more time, inhale, rise. And then exhale back into your cactus. Inhale. And then exhale those palms into your heart center. Inhale. And then exhale, twist to that right side. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. One last deep inhale. And exhale. Inhale back into your heart center, releasing that left palm on the inside of that right foot. Again, twisting from that waist. Taking that right palm and gaze up the sky. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. One last deep inhale. And exhale. Inhale, reaching to those right fingertips. Placing them on the outside of that right foot. And then exhale, push back, taking your hips back and lengthening out through that right leg. And may I remind you, your pose is to look like yours, not mine. So if your body tells you to stop, you honor and stop there. Your gaze is at your toes and forward folding. And taking 2 more breaths here. Inhale. And exhale. One last deep inhale. And exhale. And then inhale, we'll mindfully rock up onto that right foot. Stack that knee over that ankle. Placing that right palm on the inside. Curling up over those left toes, come up off that left knee, taking that right foot back, pushing back into your downward dog. Inhale. And exhale. On that next inhale, take that left foot up to the top of your mat, stacking that knee over that ankle, dropping down that right knee, untuck those toes. On your next inhale, reaching through those fingertips. And then exhale into your cactus. Inhale, rise. And then exhale back into your cactus. One more time, inhale, rise. And then exhale back into your cactus. Inhale, rise. And then exhale those palms into your heart center. Inhale. And then on that exhale, twist to your left, leading with that left shoulder and elbow, only going as far as your body will allow. And taking 2 more breaths here. Inhale. And exhale. One last deep inhale. And exhale. Inhale back into your heart center. Releasing that right palm on the inside of that left foot. Twisting from your waist, taking that left palm and gaze up to the sky. Spread your fingers wide, reaching through your fingertips. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. One last deep inhale. And exhale. Inhale, taking that left palm, framing that left foot, and then exhale, just sliding those hips to the back of the room, lengthening out through that front leg. Your eyes is at your toes, forward folding over, and just taking 2 more breaths here. Inhale. And exhale. One last deep inhale. And exhale. We're gonna inhale mindfully, rocking back up onto that left foot, stacking that knee over that ankle, taking that left palm on the inside of your foot, curling up over those right toes, come up off that right knee, and fully push back into your downward dog. Inhale that right leg up into the sky, and then exhale back down to your mat. Coming up onto those toes, pushing that torso into your thighs. Coming back into your downward dog. Inhale that left leg up into the sky. Exhale back down to your mat. Curling up over those toes, trying to get that torso, pressing that torso into those thighs. Inhale back to your downward dog. Inhale that right leg. And then exhale back down to your mat. Curl up over those toes, pushing that torso into your thighs, coming back into your downward dog, taking that left leg up into the sky, and then exhale back down to your mat. Curl up over those toes, pushing that torso into your thighs, and coming back into your downward dog, and fully push back into your downward dog. On your next inhale, take that right foot to the top of your mat, warrior one. You know, aligning those heels, finding the alignment of your body, heels matching, grounded that back foot into your mat, and again, trying to scurry those hips to the top of the mat. It's a forward facing pose. You find your warrior one. And taking in one last deep inhale. And then on that exhale, warrior two. Opening up those hips, reach through those fingertips, squeezing those shoulder blades together. Inhale, reverse warrior. Flip that right palm, coming all the way back. Exhale back into your warrior two. Extended side angle. Inhale, reach Taking that right palm on the inside of that right foot or that block, keeping those hips stacked over one another by grounding that foot to the back line of your foot in the mat. Left palms to the sky or maybe even to the top of your mat. You create that energy with your body. Taking in 2 more breaths here. Inhale and exhale. 1 last deep inhale and exhale. Coming into that revolved extended side angle. Inhale, reaching that left palm, twisting from your waist, taking that left palm on the inside of that right foot, taking that right palm gaze up to the sky. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. 1 last deep inhale and exhale. Inhale, reach down with those right fingertips, bring that foot and exhale. Inhale, reverse warrior, flipping that right palm, coming all the way back. And then exhale into your warrior 2, preparing for trikonasana. Inhale, straighten that front leg, maybe even lift up those toes so you have those flexor muscles and they'll protect your joint. If you have a bum knee, have a slight bend in that knee. Inhale, reach and lengthen, and then exhale, hinging from your waist, coming into your trikonasana. Again, grounding that back foot into your mat, keeping those hips stacked over one another, and just taking 2 more breaths here. Inhale and exhale. 1 last deep inhale and exhale. Inhale, reach to those left fingertips, going for that revolved trikonasana. Again, you're twisting from your waist, left palm on the inside of that right foot. Being mindful of your foundation and taking 2 more breaths here. Inhale and exhale. 1 last deep inhale and exhale. Inhale, reaching to those right fingertips, placing them down on your mat, framing that right foot, and just simply exhale. Inhale, reverse warrior or variation of the reverse warrior, coming all the way back. And then exhale into your warrior 2, bending that front knee and finding your warrior 2. On your next inhale, taking that left palm, foot up to the top of your mat, find your chair, your Utkatasana. Staying here, maybe inhale. We're gonna take those palms into your heart center. And then exhale, we're gonna twist to that side, releasing those palms into your mat. And again, you know how I teach. If that's good enough for you there, you stay right here. So twisting to that side, maybe coming into a side crow. So you have those chaturanga arms, releasing your body. You can always do a variation. You can extend that leg and just take another breath, coming out of your side crow, coming back into center, all the way back up into that chair. Utkatasana, and exhale. Inhale, palms to your heart center. Forward fold. And just take 1 last deep inhale here. And exhale. Inhale to that half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Planted those palms in the mat, step that right foot back into your high plank, followed by that left. Inhale, coming into a cobra or an upward facing dog. And then exhale into that downward facing dog. And fully push back into your downward dog. On that next inhale, take that left foot forward, warrior 1, aligning your heels. And finding your warrior 1. So that back foot again, trying to square those hips to the top of your mat and aligning your body the best that you can. Taking in 1 last deep inhale. And then exhale into that warrior 2, opening up those hips, squeeze those shoulder blades, reach through those fingertips. Inhale, reverse warrior, flip that left palm coming all the way back. And then exhale back into your warrior 2. Extended side angle, inhale, reach and lengthen. And then exhale, hinging from that waist, finding your extended side angle. Remembering those right fingertips are to the sky or maybe even to the top of your mat, and that is where your gaze is. Just taking 1 last deep inhale and exhale. Inhale, revolved, extended side angle, placing that right palm on the inside of that left foot. Reaching through those left fingertips. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. One last deep inhale and exhale. Inhale, reach through those left fingertips, frame that foot, exhale. Inhale, reverse warrior, flip that left palm coming all the way back. And then exhale back into your warrior two, preparing for that trikonasana. And then on that next inhale, you straighten that front leg, lift up your toes. Be mindful how you're moving your body. Inhale, reach and lengthen, hinging from your waist. Again, I always say like pouring the teapot out. Keeping that back foot, hips are stacked over one another. Right palm gaze to the sky. And just taking 2 more breaths here. Inhale and exhale. One last deep inhale and exhale. Inhale, revolved trikonasana or triangle pose. Taking that right palm on the inside of that left foot. And then exhale, twisting from your waist. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. One last deep inhale and exhale. Inhale, left palm down to your mat. Frame that foot, exhale. And then inhale to that variation of reverse warrior, flipping that left palm, coming all the way back. And then exhale into that warrior two, bend that knee, shoulder blades together. On that next inhale, we're gonna take that right palm and foot up to the top of your mat, finding your chair. So that chair, you want the 3 points of contact of your feet in the mat. And again, you mess around. If you need to tuck your pelvis under, you feel that lower back pain. And I never care how far you come into the chair because you're only competing with your own body and yourself. On that next inhale, take those palms into your heart center or stay there in your chair. You can twist to that left side, finding your side crow. So you have chaturanga arms, you can take 1 leg up at a time, maybe 2. And finding your side crow, you always extend 1 leg, messing around with your balance. And then on that next inhale, slowly coming out of your side crow back. Inhale, back into your chair. On that next inhale, palms to your heart center. Forward fold into your Uttanasana. Inhaling to that half lift. And then exhale, forward fold, plant those palms in that mat, step that left foot back, followed by that right. Inhaling into your cobra or your upward facing dog. And then exhale into that downward facing dog. And fully push back into that downward dog. And just take 2 more breaths here. Inhale and exhale. 1 last deep inhale and exhale. On your next inhale, take that gaze to the top of your mat, hop, skip, float, step. Get to the top of your mat, preparing for that malasana, that wide leg squat. Heels are in, toes are out, and coming in. So if this is all you have, then you stay there. You can come all the way down. Maybe you get those elbows on the inside of those knees, and then bringing those palms to your heart center, lengthening through your spine so you're not dumping into your spine. And here I always like to remind, if you sit here, I used to dwell on this and be like, this is hard or whatever, stay out of your head and not focusing on that, taking those breaths, maybe even close your eyes here. And we're taking 4 more breaths and you have this. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. 1 last deep inhale and exhale. On your next inhale, if you close your eyes, opening your eyes, and then trying to slowly lower yourself down to the mat. You could rock back. I used to yell hi-ya for years, and it works. I'm down on my mat. Taking those feet all the way out in front of you. Flexing through your feet. We're gonna inhale, hinge from our waist. Drawing that right knee back. Maybe curling that left leg under. Making sure your both sits bones are in the mat. Coming into your archer's pose. Make sure you're not leaning to one side. Be mindful of your body. And I like to teach this, if you're new to yoga or you struggle here, you stay here. maybe taking it a little bit further, coming into your compass pose, taking that left palm on the outside of that right foot. So now you're taking that right arm and placing it back by your hip. Maybe next inhale, extending through your right leg, coming into your compass pose. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Just taking one last deep inhale and exhale. Inhale, coming slowly out of that compass pose, finding that archer's pose again, releasing that right palm, and then taking that right leg and placing it on the outside of that left. Again, find both sits bones into your mat. So again, using those hip flexor muscles, drawing that knee in because you're twisting from your waist, getting that left elbow on the outside. Inhale. And then exhale, twist, releasing that right palm. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. One last deep inhale. And exhale. Inhale your head, your gaze, back into center first, protecting that spine, and then releasing, untwining that body. And then on that next inhale, let's take that right knee, come into your cow face, opening up those hips just a little bit more. If this is too much, then you release that left foot out in front of you, and then aligning your knees over that way. And again, never forcing anything. So that left foot is on, or left leg is on the bottom, taking that left arm, taking that right elbow, intertwining it, bringing those palms together. If that is too much, take the outsides. And maybe inhale, rising up. And then exhale, extending those palms out. And just taking 3 more breaths here. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. One last deep inhale. And exhale. Inhale, bring those palms back in, dropping those elbows down, untwining your body, releasing those legs out in front of you, flex through your feet, and then on that next inhale, you're gonna hinge from your waist, taking that left palm onto that left foot, drawing it back into your archer's pose. Again, not forcing anything, making sure you have evenly distributed the weight in your sits bones, at least taking that right leg in. And just taking a couple of breaths here, even if you're gonna find that compass pose. Just take another breath here before we go into compass. And then maybe on that next inhale, you're gonna take that right palm on the outside of that left foot. You have that left foot, releasing that left palm by your seat. And then bending that leg over there, your arm, your tricep. You stay here, or maybe inhale, extending through that left leg and coming into your compass pose. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. One last deep inhale and exhale. On your next inhale, slowly coming out of that compass pose, bending that left leg back over your arm. And exhale. Releasing that left palm, and then taking your left leg and placing it on the outside of that right. And then again, you're using that hip flexor muscles, draw that knee in, twist from your waist, taking that right elbow on the outside of that left knee, palms together, inhale. And then on that exhale, twist from your waist, releasing that left palm, back to your mat. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. One last deep inhale. And exhale. Inhale, take that head, that gaze back into center first, protecting that spine. And then maybe coming into that cow face, if you full cow face, releasing that left knee over that right, or extending that right leg out in front of you. You find your pose. Taking that right arm now. So now you take that left elbow, intertwine, bringing those palms together. Inhale, maybe reaching up. And then exhale those fingertips out. And just taking 2 more breaths here. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. On that next inhale, draw those fingertips back up and dropping those elbows, untwining your body, and then releasing those legs all the way back out in front of you, flexing through your feet, and just taking one last deep inhale and exhale. So on that next inhale, let's find that boat. Get a little core work in before we come down and finish out our practice. So inhale, rise, taking your legs here. Oh, you can always extend them up, palms out the side. You find your boat, what works for you and what feels best to your body and your practice. And take those breaths. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. 3 more breaths. You have this. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. One last deep inhale and exhale. Let's inhale, bend those knees, take those feet as close to your torso as you possibly get. Rounding out your spine, forehead to your knees, and just take 2 breaths here. Inhale and exhale. One last deep inhale and exhale. On your next inhale, releasing those feet down to our mat. And lengthen through your spine. Make sure we're not rounding out or dumping into our bodies. And on that next inhale, lower yourself down to the mat. You can always use your palms. Come down to the mat. Inhaling those knees into your chest. Creating that ball of energy. Flexing through your feet. And just taking a couple of breaths here. Inhale. And exhale. One last deep inhale. And exhale. On your next inhale, we're going to release those legs into that tabletop. Your palms are out to the side, facing up. And on an exhale, take those knees over to your left side, leaving that right shoulder blade plugged into your mat. Twist from your waist. Maybe those knees make it down to the mat. Maybe they don't. And then possibly close your eyes here, taking that gaze over to your right as you're rounding out your practice. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Just take 2 more breaths. Inhale. And exhale. That one last deep inhale here. And exhale. Inhale, take your head, your gaze back into center first. And then exhale those knees back into your chest, flexing through your feet, wrapping your arms around your legs. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale, point your toes all the way out like you're pushing on a gas pedal. And then exhale back up. Inhale, pointing those toes all the way up. Exhale back up. One more time. Inhale, point those toes all the way out. And then exhale back up. Inhale, releasing those legs back into that tabletop, palms out the side. And on an exhale, you're going to take those knees over to your right side, twisting from your waist, leaving that left shoulder blade plugged into your mat. Possibly close your eyes here as you take your gaze over to your left, still maintaining that breath. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. And just take 2 more breaths here. Inhale. And exhale. One last deep inhale. And exhale. Inhale your head, your gaze back in your center first. Protect that spine. And then exhale those knees into your chest. Flexing through your feet, wrapping your arms around your legs, and create a ball of energy. Just take one last deep inhale here. And exhale. We're going to inhale all the way out. Reach and lengthen through those toes and your fingertips, hovering over your mat. And then exhale back into a ball of energy. Forehead to your knees. Wrap your arms around your legs. Flex through your feet. Inhale all the way out. Reach and lengthen. And then exhale back into that ball of energy. Inhale all the way out. Reach and lengthen. Exhale back into your ball of energy. Inhale all the way out. Palms are facing up. And then exhale. Release into your mat. come into whatever breath comes natural to you and appreciating what you just asked your body to do. Stay here. You come to that fetal position on either side. Draw your knees into your chest. Opposite arm under your pillow. Pushing up, you stay there. Meet me at the top of your mat. Palms to your heart center. I just like to again remind you get to choose how you show up in the world. May your choices reflect your dreams, your courage, not your fears. The light in me honors and recognizes the light in every single one of you. And I appreciate you coming to class. Namaste.